Good afternoon all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, October 19th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. Well, certainly not a repeat of 1987's down day, but the market did exactly what it did late yesterday afternoon, except there's a little twist to this one as we both took out last week's low in NQ and in the ES. So some damage being done. We are back into balance on the weeklies for both of us, and ES and SPY, if they have a poor day tomorrow, could have an outside week down. So a lot of steam sapped out of the bulls sales there. A lot of wind sapped out. I'm pretty disappointed. This was a violent afternoon after Powell started speaking. His comments sent the market down initially in F, then it absolutely ripped up into the upper distribution from yesterday and ripped down. Then they attempted again in H to go up. When he was finally all said and done, after H period failed to take out F, the market then just, after they digested whatever went on, sold off in I, J, K, L, and M. Now, from what I understand, I don't listen to it, but my room was telling me a bunch of the things that was said. There's nothing new in anything he said. I just don't understand why the market reacts this way. But I stayed away for the most part during that whole mess. I'll tell you what I did in a minute. I had a good day, very good day. I only took one trade in ES today, and that was a short in C period to break B's low. Got 15 points out of that. Everything else was in NQ today. I was on both sides of it. I had one mistake trade by accident in F period. On a short side, I left an offer in at the POC from yesterday. I put that in A period. I thought we were going to get the POC in A period. I wanted to short it. I had an offer in at 22 and change. Well, when F started ripping up in NQ, I actually took a long to pop the top. Got out of it for 20 points. I'm like, this is great. The next thing I know, I'm looking and the P&L is just going higher and higher. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I realized I was short. So I took it up 50 points. I made 70 points in F period. 20 on a long and 50 on a mistake short. Got to be careful on those things. Other than that, my other big period was K period, where I made 38 points just shorting any push up in NQ. I was doing that the whole period. And then throughout the day, I was on both sides of NQ. The MGI was all over the place initially, but sellers certainly, we took out both overnights. We took out both IBs. Value, though, was lower all day in ES. It was overlapping lower in NQ. So that's one of the biggest ones for me. But it's amazing how they've been whipping price around and how they change in a heartbeat throughout the trading day, let alone throughout the week. So a really good day, up very well on the week in both of these things. I'm very happy. Go home flat. Go home, try not to be biased, right? Think about anybody who went home short from yesterday and then overnight, and then look what happened. Now, we did pull down in the morning, right? But initially we pushed up where we took back the price probe, the trend day. So again, we had the same thing today, price probe and a trend day. We'll see if they're going to get paid or not. As far as destinations, the price probe in SPY is 426.33. Then our single print's 427.60 to 72, and today's high 432.82. Downside is 425.73. You should have all the other ones that I gave back on October 6th. That's why I asked you to write them down. I'm not going to repeat them. In NQ, I always say that. In ES, downside is 94.75. The upside is price probe at 4,300.75. Single print's 43.1350 to 15, and today's high of 66.50. Now, before we get to the charts, righty also took out both overnights, both IBs. They go out with a price probe, 2 sets of single prints in K and J, and a 9 wide POC. NQ has nothing to lean on. There's no trend, and they're only 8 wide. They did have a price probe. Now again, I'm not going to lie, just like yesterday, when we kept failing to go trend, I thought we'd go back and get 9 wide. I wasn't expecting this. But again, just because I'm, when something happens, like during F, G, and H, I told the room, I have no idea what they're trying to do. I'm staying out of it. I trade for a living. I don't gamble for a living. Right? My best odds as a trader is trying to read this market on an intraday basis. And I think I do a damn good job of it. So why would I get involved in this? The reason I got involved in NQ is because the tempo had suggested that we were going to pop the top. That's why. Plain and simple. That short was a mistake. So F, G, and H, I stayed out of it. If I told the room I was neutral at that point, I said, I'm really not sure what they're trying to do. You know, they raised POC and ES to H is low at one point, only to lower it again, obviously down. So there was a lot of indecision after what they did, and the algos were agitated and frisky. Only when they finally caught a direction is when I decided to get involved. I could have gotten involved in both of them, ES and NQ. I just did NQ. So, and now let's go to the charts. Tomorrow we'll recap all 3 of these indices. So here's the weekly. We took out last week's high and last week's low. We're back to balance. How big is the balance? Well, let's see. I'll probably make it a 4-week balance, but maybe a 2. I'll see after tomorrow. But if we close below 427.01 tomorrow, it's an outside week down. So after all the work they did to get into this upper balance, we've given it back. And we're in this no man land for about $9-10. Now, it's not disastrous, but I think it puts a little bit of a damper on, do we have the ability to make a new high this year? That's all. I don't know how far we're going to go down. I have no idea. But I think because of this, possibly, we might have lowered the odds pretty good to possibly get a new high. We'll see. And then on the daily, firmly down, right? I gave it a little leeway yesterday. I said it was stretched to balance. Well, we came out of a 7-day balance to the downside, and the volume is 118 million right now. We have till 8 o'clock. So right now it's the 8th heaviest volume of the year. It probably will end up being the 7th heaviest volume of the year. It won't get more than that. But that's still pretty good. But is that a little worrisome on a day that we were down almost 1%, that the volume came on the downside? 200-day moving average is starting to loom up at us at 422.11. Remember, we had this triple bottom down here. Be interesting if we test it again. Anyway, I hope you guys and gals had a good day trading. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.